if they predicted it 100 times and they're only right one time, oh, that guy's a great predictor. No, he's not.
So have people been buying more or less physical silver over the last couple of weeks? Well, believe it or not, I don't know, because I myself have been gone for the last few weeks as well. And so today we are actually going to call and talk to a local coin dealer and find out what business has been like for him in his shop over the last couple of weeks. Is physical silver demand up? Is it down? Are people buying more? Are people buying less? Are they selling? These are all questions we are going to pose to Keith from the Coin Crew, the owner of the Coin Zone in Muskegon, Michigan. So let's welcome Keith onto the channel. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so yet and continue to help us grow. And also, I want to tell you about our sponsor, SD Bullion, having been named at number 96 of the top 500 online retailers by Digital Commerce 360. And as a result, they are having this sale right here where the premiums are ending in .96 for a bunch of awesome items, including Britannia's at just $3.96 over and more. So go check out those deals with a link in the description below. And let's get Keith on the channel. So Keith, how have you been?
I am doing fine. How are you, sir?
I am good. And as you probably know, I've been out for the last couple of weeks. So I wanted to start off today's video by asking you what it's been like in the shop. Have you guys been busy? Have you been slow? What's been going on?
Well, over the past month, we've been a little slow, but the past week, it's actually been picking up a little bit. And I think part of that's been because the premiums have been dropping slightly, and it kind of creates a little bit of a buzz when you have to pay lower premiums.
For sure. And I've noticed that, I haven't had a whole lot of time to put into researching premiums and all that, but that will be a video coming on the channel here probably later this week, early next week, looking at premiums again. But I did notice, I looked at some of the wholesale lists that I have access to and people send me, and the premiums on 1 ounce rounds are definitely going down. I saw some under $2 now. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. But then, if you don't order enough, you got shipping and still got a delay. There's still a delay on those.
Okay. So let me ask you this. With the premiums coming down, where are you at in your shop right now?
I'm about $3.50, $4 over.
Okay.
And again, that's mostly because of the delay.
Gotcha. So do you think, what do you think causes the premiums, and will they ever get back down to where they were, let's say pre-silver squeeze, when the whole premium shot up and everything like that? We had rounds under $2. We had eagles under $4. Do you think we'll ever see that again?
I really don't think we will see that lower premium cost again, because there's a lot of people that are in business to make money. And when it gets down to where the wholesalers are selling for a quarter to 50 cents over, they're really not making no money, because you got the fabricators, then you got the wholesalers, and you got the retailers. And if you get down to that dollar, how much money can really be made from each individual?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Wouldn't more volume result in lower premiums though? So you'd make it up on the volume end?
I think that's part of what's going on now with the volume starting to pick back up, even though we had a slow period about, over a week ago up to a month earlier. You had slower volumes, and then the premium started dropping and the volume picked up. So, yeah, I think more volume would make up for the premium, but still there's only so low you can go before you're spinning your head. You're not making any profit. And it's like, why am I doing this? I think that's what a lot of people are going to be looking at as far as wholesale and everything.
Fair enough. So what about people selling to you? Do you have a lot of people coming in and selling you silver right now?
No, the selling to me is very, very low. I'm still offering well over spot. I'm offering 1 to 150 over, believe it or not, darn near wholesale. And they're just not bringing this stuff in.
Gotcha. Why do you think that might be?
Well, I guess you could say silver must be too low. I really think it's, I'm going to stick to my previous statement I've said on your channel. I'm comfortable with the 35 to 50 silver, even though silver's not there. I'm comfortable with that price level, and I think it should be there. But whether it will get there in the near future, it's anybody's guess. None of us have a crystal ball.
So when you say you're comfortable with silver at 35 to 50, do you mean you would be comfortable buying it in that range?
If it was at those levels, yes, I would still be comfortable. I would get a little edgy if it started getting over 50, meaning I wouldn't have a problem trading volumes at those levels if that's where the market dictated it to be.
Gotcha. Do you think, obviously it's not there. Do you think we even have a chance of getting there anytime soon? And I'm not asking you to predict silver price, because that's not something we do here. But do you think there's a chance we could see it rise again like that? Because it's been pretty stagnant and actually dropping the last couple of months.
Well, you are teetering on the prediction statement there, but let's give it a go. I do see silver in the future possibly getting to that 35 to 50 range. Whether we'll get there in 2023 is another story. A lot of factors need to happen. But I don't see it in the near term, but in the long term, yeah, I definitely see it. We've hit over that 35 to 50 a couple different times. Once in, like, I think it was 79, and the second time in 2011 where we got up near $50 or at $50. And I do see that happening again. Just it's a matter of, the stars aligning.
So let me ask you that. Assume that it does get to 50. How long does it hold? Because you had mentioned when it, got there in 79 and then 2011, both times it did not stay there very long. It dropped pretty quick. Do you think that would happen again?
I do think it'll happen again because there's always profit takers when it gets up that high. I don't know the exact, I guess you could say, length of time in 1979 it held, but I know it was just a couple days in 2011. And I think we're going to be facing the same thing where it's going to be a very short period. But then you have to look at the factor is we have a lot of new people in the market. So if the silver was to get up there, I don't think it would stay. However, I don't think it would go down that far because all of the new people in the market are going to keep it probably, if I had to guess, maybe above the 40, maybe not. But then I think there's a chance it could kick right back because, like I said, all the new people in the market that are fresh and new, they're going to be like, oh, it's going to go to 100, it's going to go to 200. I don't see that happening, but I think it could do a better job of holding at 50 this time around.
You don't think those new people in the market would also sell, though?
Some of them will, but they're still going to be the ones that bought in at that 40 plus that are going to want a little more profit. And those are the guys going to be holding on.
Fair enough. So I know you said I was teetering on the edge of predicting there. And I'm not, again, I wasn't trying to ask you to predict, but it's just interesting to kind of know, especially someone who does this for a living, what you think could happen. Of course, you don't know if it'd be 2023 or if it'd be 2033. Who knows, right?
No, nobody really knows. We can examine all the charts, all the history of where silver has gone, predict where it's going to be, but you don't know. I mean, you can have 100 predictions, and like all these guys predicting the price of silver, if they predicted it 100 times and they're only right one time, oh, that guy's a great predictor. No, he's not. He was wrong 99 times. And that, I think, is the problem with predicting silver, because most of the time you're going to be wrong, and that's just the way it is.
So let me ask you this. A coin shop like yourself, just from a business perspective, let's say you buy a bunch of silver and then it drops a ton. How does that affect you? I mean, how do you stay in business like that?
I start crying. I start crying. No, but seriously, it is a tough cookie to crunch. However, how I stay in business is simple. I try to sell what I bought at the current rate. I take a loss in a sense. However, at the same time, I just try to reorder it right back at a lower cost. I always try to make sure when I sell silver, it is higher than the current price that I can sell it for. Because once the money's gone, it's gone. You might as well rip it in half, burn it up, because it's gone, your fiat currency. But it's not really gone because silver is the real money.
So what you're saying, and let me try and put this in a perspective. So basically, let's say you buy a bunch of silver at 40 and then silver drops to 20 and you have to sell it at 22, 23, whatever the premium is. That's all right so long as you can still buy it back at under that. So basically, if you sold 500 ounces that you bought at 40 and sold it at 20, but if you can buy it back at 17, you still have the same, amount of silver plus, that difference. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that is correct. As long as you can replace the silver at a lower cost than you bought it for, you're not out. You're just cost averaging, so to speak. But I won't sell the silver at that lower cost if I cannot replace it.
Have you ever been in a situation where you sold it thinking you could replace it and then silver spiked really quick and you had to replace it at a loss?
Yes, I have done that. And that's when the tears start coming out, is because, oh man, I should have hit that buy button a little sooner. That 1 minute can make all the difference in the world when you're buying the metals. I mean, the stock market, the silver market, you know, all of that stuff, it can swing on a dime. I mean, it can swing so fast. And if you miss it, you'll lose money.
All right. Well, so what do you think is going to be happening over the next few weeks? Do you think, and this isn't a prediction of spot price because we don't do that, I already said, but do you think you're going to see business, you know, start to increase? I mean, now that premiums are coming down, let's just kind of finish it off there.
I think that we have already gotten into the slow period, and I'm starting to see a little bit of uptick. Now, again, this is just my opinion with my shop. I think we're going to start seeing it more swinging at a faster pace than we have over the past month.
Well, Keith, that's basically all I had today I wanted to ask, but did you want to share anything else with us? I've been gone a few weeks, so I'm out of it. Maybe something I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm just a guy running a channel, having fun, just about ready to hit 17,000 subs, so let's do it.
Fair enough. Well, guys, you're fine. Well, guys, do me a favor. Go over and make sure you subscribe to Keith from the Coin Crew. I will put a link in the description below. And Keith, thanks as always for joining us. We'll have you back on in a few weeks or so. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. So it was definitely great to hear from Keith from the Coin Crew once again, and if you guys enjoyed that interview, don't forget to hit the like button and let us know. Additionally, we have our June 2023 giveaway going at coolstacks.com right now, so I'll put a link down below so you can go check that out. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.